Good morning from AT day 60. It's about 7:15 and got out on trail a couple minutes ago. Still overcast, the sun's not quite over the horizon, and so you kind of have the dark forest a little bit, but looks very pretty. Trail's actually not too muddy despite the rain we got yesterday, and so that's kind of nice. But the streams that are flowing across from the water bars and all, one had some puddles in it and the rest are dry, so I don't think we got all that much water, and the water that we got probably absorbed pretty quick, so I don't know if it's going to help the smaller streams and springs flow more, but every little bit helps. It wasn't clear how much we got. It didn't seem like a lot from the shelter, but from talking with Pilgrim and Crush later on last night, they were caught in it. They said that there definitely was, rivers running down the trail. So, and their stuff is still, soaked this morning because nothing dries in overnight, it seems like. So with the game time change last night of staying at the shelter instead of going to the planned shelter, a little bit longer today, but still under 20. I think 18 point something, so not terrible, and doesn't really add any elevation gain. The morning trail is apparently pretty flat. So we should be back on track tonight, hopefully. And most of my stuff was just damp, so I don't really need to dry anything out. Hopefully Pilgrim and Crush will get some sun and dry out some of their soaking wet stuff. Well, I do find things like shoes and socks tend to actually dry reasonably well if it's not like actively wet while you're wearing them. I guess the body heat does a reasonable job of drying stuff. But anyway, so a couple climbs today. Hopefully get some views and all, and the big one will be tomorrow where we climb Killington Peak, which I'm really looking forward to. I've never actually been to the peak of Killington, and definitely excited for that, and also to see Killington in the summer. I was tempted to do some mountain biking, but I figure I would only hurt myself and mess up hiking, so some other year. Anyway, I think that's all the updates for this morning, and hopefully we'll get some views and you can come along. Duckie out. So I'm now at the Big Branch River, stream, I forget which has this cable suspension bridge over the river. And I see a lot of big boulders down there, and I suspect in heavy rains this becomes a pretty fast stream. I'm curious to see how much water was actually here before the rain yesterday, but this is where we are trying for. There's camping on either side of the suspension bridge here. But it's only 7:50, so we're actually not that much behind our original schedule. I think I've commented before about all the boardwalks, so I'm sure like this boardwalk was probably 2 boards up everywhere, and some of them would break. But the other issue is on a day like this today, where it's wet, those boards are slippery, and it's very easy to take a step and just slide right off the board. But one of those things, you just gotta go slow and make sure you have your weight like over your feet and not try to go too fast over them. I can definitely live out here in something like this. Now all I gotta do is plant a lot of pine trees at my house water it heavily so it gets mossy, and then I can replicate this look back home in 50 years. So we're at the White Rocks Overlook, looking down in the valley, Rutland Airport, and Rutland back in the distance. Here's where we'll be tomorrow night. And very nice views. I don't think we see Killington from here. I think Killington is hidden behind the mountains. But so I'm pretty sure that's the quarry that we saw from Baker's Peak yesterday. So Baker's Peak's probably just behind, and those are the mountains we were seeing from Baker's Peak. And again, looking down in this valley from White Rocks Overlook, and then back towards Rutland. We ate lunch near a water cascade. Closest thing to a waterfall we've seen in a while. So this is very hard climbing, but it is really cool in here. Both from a temperature standpoint, and like, this looks really cool. But it's a big up. Got 121 on the heart rate monitor. Although I don't know how accurate the wristwatch is, but also as soon as we entered this, it's probably 10 degrees cooler in here than the surrounding air. Still a little bit damp in here. I'm pretty sure in the video it'll look almost flat. Trust me, it's not. I'm standing over Clarendon Gorge. I have to believe in a wet year, this is just raging. We have Scavenger Princess and 3DM and another hiker down below. I think we're gonna head to camp.